Hey traders, this is Raghee and this is your free video from TradeForexFutures.com. So I just returned from lunch with my mom. You know, Fridays are traders half day, kind of a Forex trading perk, but I always like to come back to the markets around 2:30, at least definitely before the 3 o'clock bond close, so I can see the way in which the market is ending the day in terms of risk sentiment. And part of what we've been talking about, and I talked about this in my Forex and Focus talk on Monday for TradeStation. I've been talking about this pretty much ad nauseum here in the chat room at Trade Forex Futures, which is the fact that the Dow is in fact still in distribution. Now, we had a really nice rally, you can see here, off the 200 period simple moving average, and we've basically taken that strength and traveled to the other end of the range. And that's still an admirable amount of risk appetite to get us up here. But here's the thing. Was today's non-farm payroll all that good? I mean, that's one thing to ask ourselves. Really, is this something that we're going to celebrate? Or is the market going to ask, what is the Fed going to do? You know, is the Fed really going to continue to blame or consider that the soft patch of data, I won't say the Fed has blamed the soft patch of data yet, but a lot of traders are they going to say it's a bunch of very resilient snowflakes that are causing the soft patch or not? I'm not underestimating the winter storms, although I will say I love living down in South Florida. How's that for rubbing salt in a wound? But here's the bottom line here, my friends. One of the things that we have to continue to acknowledge is the fact that the market trend here on the Dow is still at very best, a shallow 2 o'clock, which definitely does not suggest that we have a 12 to 2 o'clock uptrend. We have a lot of green grab candles, great. We have a lot of green grab candles that are pulling up to newer highs, great. But the bottom line is the wave is not confirming an uptrend. That means that a wave that is not steep enough to be a 12 to 2 is in fact then a 4 to 6, and we have chop. And within the confines of chop, what we're dealing with is a higher expectation of exhaustion at the extremes of the range. So whether that be the support that we saw down here as the market was moving down towards the 200 period simple moving average, or whether that be the resistance that we're seeing up here as the market's reaching between 16.4 and 16.550. Either way you look at it, this is a market stuck between a high-low range. So we're at range extremes. Now, here's where a lot of traders will say, you know, Raghee, that's just the non-farm payroll. Was there a real reason to sell the market off on non-farm payroll? It's a pretty decent number. Traders can actually point to the fact that the unemployment rate ticked up. Be cautious of looking at the fundamentals and creating a spin after the fact, because after the fact is not going to help you set up trades where you have to be wary of expecting continued yen weakness in the face of this 150 pip resistance range. Okay? Anything that you're doing that's risk on had to have been tempered. The reins had to have been pulled in as we go between 16.4 and 16.550. This is not calling a top when we're in distribution. This is just exhaustion at the ceiling. This is really considered overbought. Okay? So what happened here? You know, you're going to hear a lot of talk about why the fundamentals are suggesting this or whatnot. The bottom line is this. We have an area, a very pronounced area, where traders are going to park their sell stops. So there's already selling pressure waiting by virtue of sell stops in this area. Traders are also going to go test the waters and see if they can trade through these sell stops, because sometimes you trade through the sell stops and you'll find what? Bullish momentum on the other side. So the market did get up to 16.5, 16.508 to be precise. The bottom line is, once we got up to 16.508, the market asks a very simple question. What's next? In other words, I know what got me up to this 16.5 height. What is going to continue to carry me north of this level? And when traders get up to these heights and look around, they realize two very important things. Wow, this is high. And two, I don't know who's going to come behind me and continue to want to carry this market higher. If I'm here at the top buying at 16.5, I need someone to buy at 16.501, 16.502, 16.503 and onward to make the market continue higher. Nobody's willing to do that. we ran into sell stops, and that is creating the selling pressure. This market is, in fact, overbought. Now, don't make the mistake of assuming that just because we exhaust at resistance, that means we're going to snap back all the way to the 200 period simple. Not at all. There's only three things a market can do at any decision level or area like what we have right now between 16.4 and 16.550. We can accelerate through. That didn't happen. We can stall. That is happening, and maybe reverse. I think a reversal to me is going to be a close below 16.4. So we can accelerate, negative. We can stall. That's what we're seeing, and or reverse. And again, I will call this market reversing off the top. Okay, reversing off the top if we can sell off within the last 90 minutes of the trading week through the 16.4 level. So yeah, this is something that a lot of traders can't even believe they're seeing. A good non-farm payroll number now just kind of dragging the market to down 10 points on the down. But the bottom line is anybody in the room, in our chat room, has been talking about this level, and here we are. Bottom line, yen strength is going to come in. So those of you that were taking the aggro loonie yen, we're actually seeing a really nice follow through here. Okay, this is a trade that really tried our patience. There is a video, there's a free video today that I'm accompanying. 2 free videos. I'm feeling kind of generous on a Friday. And one of them is how mismanaging a great entry can still yield a horrible result. And I'm going to take you through what were the entries on my loonie yen. And even when the loonie yen does bounce this way, why it's so important to respect your profit targets and do what I call ratcheting. So there's a terrific video. It runs about 11 minutes that I highly recommend you check out. It was actually a premium only video, and I'll be quite frank, it was just so important. I really felt that everybody needs to understand this concept, and that's why I've made it free. So please watch it. It really can absolutely alter the course of your trading future by understanding what it means to have proactive parked profit targets and begin this process of ratcheting. So I hope you will, I sincerely hope you will watch that video, because I truly believe it will make a huge difference in your trading. Everybody enjoy the weekend, and I'll see you in the next update.